The story begins at a girls' middle school, where Li Han, a hardworking mother, works as a cleaner. She toils day and night just to support her mute daughter, Yutong, who also attends the same school. One afternoon, as school ends, Li Han looks for Yutong, but what she stumbles upon leaves her devastated. Just minutes earlier, Yutong had been cornered and tormented by her classmates. Glued against a wall, unable to scream or fight back, she was completely helpless. The worst part? The lead bully, Anshi, is the principal's daughter. Nobody dares to stop her, not even the school security guards. They even chase away the crowd of students who witnessed the abuse. Unbothered, the bullies cruelly sealed Yutong's mouth shut with glue, mocking her muteness and laughing as they walked away, leaving her humiliated, alone, and unable to call for help. The mother, heartbroken, helps her daughter remove the glue from her hair. But Yutong, broken, withdrawn, no longer shows any sign of life in her eyes. Her spirit seems lost. Days later, the same group of girls plans an outing to explore a mysterious old castle. What they don't know is they're walking into their doom. Zhong Xiaoqing is annoyed that Anshi hasn't shown up. But suddenly, Gout Jingshu vanishes. The others rush to find her. Terror sets in. Wang Linguan escapes to the rooftop, thinking she's safe, only to be caught moments later. Zhong Xiaoqing tries to call for help, but it's too late. Meanwhile, back at home, Li Han is quietly tending to her small garden, gently picking lemons despite the rain. But something feels off. Someone is watching. Hidden in the distance, a camera lens silently tracks her every move. The next day, Yutong's mother begs the principal to transfer her daughter to a different class to protect her. But the principal deflects, hinting that frequent transfers might spark rumors. Soon, the police are called to investigate the disappearances. The suspicion lands on Yutong, who was last seen with the missing students. Since Yutong cannot speak, the police hand her a pen and paper, hoping she can write down what happened. But Yutong is too shaken. Her hands tremble, her eyes filled with fear. She stares at the page, frozen in silence. Seeing her daughter like this, Li Han gently steps in.
要不这样子，我把她先带回去，我再问问她，她之后如果想吃什么，我再跟你们说。
In the same room, Anshi is also questioned by the police. Calm and composed, she tells them she was ill the night her friends disappeared. She claims she had caught a fever after accidentally falling into a pond during the school's ceremonial Anna release just days before. Her alibi sounds plausible, and with no evidence to the contrary, the police clear her of suspicion. Later, Anshi receives a message from one of the girls, Zhong Xiaoqing, asking to meet. Thinking the group faked their disappearance out of spite, Anshi goes to meet them. But once in the car, something feels wrong. Anshi screams as the figure lunges at her from the window. Thinking fast, she grabs a vaporizer and sprays it wildly. Seizing the chance, Anshi scrambles toward the door of the bus. Behind her, the figure is approaching. The scene shifts to the school's grand fundraising ceremony. Anshi's father, all smiles as he's called to the stage to give a speech. He checks his phone. No response from Anshi. He frowns but brushes it off. It's his turn. He steps up and pulls a ceremonial cord meant to unveil the new school banner. But what drops isn't fabric. A collective gasp ripples through the crowd as the curtain falls, to reveal Anshi's lifeless body, suspended in the center of the stage. Screams erupt. Chaos explodes as students and parents rush for the exits, pushing and stumbling over each other in panic. Li Han bursts into the auditorium. Her eyes go wide in horror, but not just at what hangs above the stage. Yutong is missing. Again. Frantic, Li Han sprints back home, calling her daughter's name over and over. But when she opens the door, silence greets her. The police dig deeper. The principal reveals that a man, Lin Zifu, had been seen near the school, snapping photos. He was a janitor, once a respected community worker whose life was torn apart after a tsunami. His daughter, Hui Jun, had died at the school. The principal claims it was an accident. But Zifu knew better. As Li Han combed through surveillance footage, searching desperately for any trace of her missing daughter, a familiar face suddenly appeared on the screen. Lin Zifu, standing at her doorstep. Her heart froze. Without hesitation, she raced to his apartment and rang the doorbell furiously. No answer. But then, something caught her eye. A dark, bloody smear streaked across the wall near his door. On the ground lay a broken watch buckle. On the window glass, another bloody scratch. Then, and spotted Yutong's watch lodged in the sewer grate. Li Han's mind reeled, reconstructing the nightmare. her daughter, attacked by Lin Zifu at the door, struggling, scratching the wall in desperation as she was dragged inside, reaching out of the window in one final plea for help before her watch snapped and fell. He took her. In a frenzy, Li Han raced home, tore the sheets from her bed, tied them into a rope, and fastened them around her waist. She climbed out her window, intending to drop into Lin Zifu's apartment below. But her grip slipped. She crashed onto the air conditioner unit one floor down, her abdomen impaled by a rusted screw. Blood poured from the wound. The pain was blinding. But mothers don't give up. With pure will, she pulled herself through the window into Lin Zifu's apartment, scanning every shadow, every corner, desperate to find her child. Then, footsteps. He was back. Li Han ducked beneath the bed, trembling, tried to stifle her breath. Lin Zifu stepped inside and froze. Something was off. Slowly, methodically, he began searching the room. Suddenly, his keys slipped from his pocket and hit the floor near the bed. Li Han clenched her eyes shut, heart hammering in her chest, bracing for the worst. A hurried doorbell rang and saved Li Han's life. It turned out to be Lin Zifu's landlord Suma. She had asked Lin Zifu to help her transport supplies to the charity. He hesitated. He wanted to refuse, suggesting he'd come tomorrow instead. But Suma rang the doorbell again, persistent. "Are you really busy today?" Once Lin Zifu drove off, Li Han, nervous, anxious, slipped out through the back door. But before she could leave, Police Chief Dai Guodong spotted her. Together, they checked the surveillance footage. There was clear as day. Before leaving, Lin Zifu had thrown 2 large black garbage bags into the trash collection bin. Li Han's face drained of color. She froze, then bolted. She scrambled out the nearest window, running barefoot toward the garbage truck as if possessed. But then, a flicker in the shadows. A man, watching her, dressed all in black. Her rage exploded. She gave chase, convinced this was Lin Zifu, the monster. But the man stumbled, fell, and his mask slipped off. It wasn't Lin Zifu. It was Wu Wang, the police chief's son. Police discovered disturbing footage from Wu Wang, revealing not only the kidnapping of Li Han's daughter, but also years of abuse by Li Han herself, who defends it as discipline. Bound by duty, Chief Dai arrests Li Han. In custody, she sees Teacher Yang holding the same key as Lin Zifu and secretly uses it to reach the charity. Meanwhile, Lin Zifu and Su Ma approach the charity, only to find it surrounded by police. Tension builds as Su Ma learns that Lin is now a wanted man tied to the murdering case at school. Li Han arrives at the charity and finds a stray dog digging. Beneath the earth, she discovers the bodies of the 4 bullies who tormented her daughter. The horror suggests her own child may be dead too. Back at his cabin, Lin Zifu restrains Su Ma tightly to the car and walks into the wooden house alone with a hammer. Inside, Teacher Fong begs for forgiveness.
你为什么要说慧君是自杀的？我们曾经那么相信你。
你为什么不能救救他？他回不来了，你知道吗？他回不来了。
Lin confronts him about his betrayal, blaming him for covering up the abuse and Huijuan's death. The brutal truth was finally uncovered. Huijun was bullied to death by the same 4 girls. On her birthday, they humiliated her, cutting her hair, mixing it into water, and forcing her to drink it, calling it hair vegetable soup. They crowned her with thorns and forced her onto a fragile glass rooftop. It shattered. She fell and died. Her friend Xiaohong tried to save her, but was dragged away. Her father, Lin Zifu, arrived too late. The school covered it up, calling it a tragic accident. Teachers like Fong stayed silent. The truth was buried until it resurfaced. Lin Zifu begged for justice, handing out flyers, demanding someone listen. But no one did. Not parents, not classmates, not even teachers. He broke under the weight of his grief. Chen Yutong, unable to bear the guilt, secretly placed a phone in Huijuan's cabinet. When Lin Zifu saw the video, he was shattered. His daughter had been tortured, and no one helped. His pain turned into fury. His grief turned to rage when Li Han, stricken with the loss of her own daughter Yutong, burst in and attacked him, believing he was responsible. In his weakened state, Lin Zifu revealed the grim truth. Yutong was buried in the rooftop flower bed. Li Han's sorrow turned to vengeance. She tried to kill Lin Zifu, stabbing him with wood. Pushed to his edge, Lin Zifu retaliated, knocked her out, and attempted to save the dying teacher Fong. But Su Ma, the landlord, was missing, freed by Li Han moments earlier. When Li Han awoke, vengeance consumed her. She chased after Lin Zifu, driving recklessly at over 300 kilometers per hour. Su Ma, trapped in the car, pleaded with her to stop, but Li Han killed her mid-drive. The car lost control and flipped, yet she survived with only minor injuries. Meanwhile, Lin Zifu, critically wounded, was was barely clinging to life. Li Han caught up to him and demanded answers.
你要放开我！
现在和我一样了。
我跟你不一样，我只是个妈妈。
In despair, he tried to end it all by ramming the police roadblock, but he was shot and survived only due to emergency aid. After recovering, the police questioned Lin Zifu about Yutong's whereabouts. In silence, he leads them to the rooftop balcony. As officers begin digging beneath the kumquat tree, another investigator examines nearby evidence. Paper cranes, identical to those found at the scenes of the 4 students' deaths. When assembled, the cranes reveal Yutong's old classroom drawings, confirming that she and Lin Zifu were behind the carefully orchestrated revenge. But instead of Yutong, the body uncovered is that of her stepfather. As the truth begins to unravel, reporters and onlookers swarm the scene, angrily accusing Lin Zifu of wrongdoing. Yet he remains calm, untouched by their outrage. He had lived through years of silent blame and passive cruelty. Their sudden outrage meant nothing. Lin Zifu offers no defense. His silence speaks louder than any words, a final act of defiance and release. In that moment, he is no longer bound by pain or vengeance. He has broken free from the shadows and sees a glimmer of light. He is ready to begin again, away from the cruelty, in another world with his daughter. Li Han confessed to the murder, but the truth, captured on Wu Wang's secret video, revealed something else. 5 years before the tragedy came to light, Li Han had returned home to a nightmare. Her daughter Yutong got assaulted by her stepfather, Chen Yutong. When she tried to intervene, he turned violent, beat her, and locked her out, leaving Yutong alone with him. Outside, Li Han found a fruit knife and rushed back home in desperation, only to discover that her daughter had already stabbed Chen Yutong fatally. In the aftermath, Li Han chose to protect her daughter. She wrapped Chen's body in curtains, buried him beneath the small garden on the rooftop, and meticulously cleaned the traces of blood from the scene. Then she fabricated a cover story, pretending her husband had taken a job in Guangdong. She went as far as staging conversations, recording mail delivery times, and maintaining the illusion that he was still alive.
我求求你放过他，你放过他好不好？我那一天不该把小童一个人放在家里的。她那么小，她又是个女孩子，我怎么能报警去管？我错了，对吗？
Police Chief Dai, moved by the depth of Li Han's maternal sacrifice and desire to shield her daughter from lifelong trauma, chose to destroy the video. He shifted the blame onto Li Han, granting her a final act of protection. At last, Li Han felt peace. In her mind, she had done what any mother would, taking on guilt and punishment to spare her child. But as the story closed, one final revelation emerged. Everything had been part of a carefully planned revenge by Yutong and Lin Zifu. After retrieving the lost phone that contained evidence against the 4 bullies, Yutong gave it to Huijuan's father. Consumed by pain, Zifu silently joined forces with her. Together, they orchestrated the so-called kidnapping as part of their plan. Right now, somewhere far away, Yutong has finally obtained her freedom.